playfield.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Didn't they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Opening play, and Goff wants to pass it. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Play action. It's Goff. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. Oh, what a move. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams to about the 26 here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Goff. They still can't get it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here are the Panthers out for their first possession and leading the offense in his first season with the team, quarterback Baker Mayfield.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of a season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, "Hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game."
Flushed out right. And this one too low. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 32 on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On third down, Mayfield. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 75 yards. Right back to Swift again on second down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
All start. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Gone. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The Lions at 4-10 now on the year. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
On second down, Swift. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
On second and 10, Goff. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
That's complete. It's Collins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early two-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. It's caught. It's Shenault again. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 19 carries, 78 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll run with Foreman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. For a little juke. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result. Because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Mayfield now. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. Now a toss play. This is Foreman. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Rashard Higgins from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. See, T.J. Hawkinson has his team, his offense, set to begin another drive here. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Goff. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. A rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Here's Goff. Open man there is Collins, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Baker Mayfield and the Panthers offense ready for their next series. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Swift. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd down and goal. Goff. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Amari Barno brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12. Goff now looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield. This is Chenault on the receiving end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Hey, Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield. That caught by... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
First down, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Mayfield to throw it. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now Mayfield. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. Able to complete this to Chenault. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Goff on target to Hockenson for a Lion first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goff on first down. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on second down. Goff throwing the out route incomplete. That's Collins. Goff throwing again. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And that will keep this a 3-point game. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. And then finally, time to unwind on Monday night. It'll be the Chargers and Colts from Indianapolis at 8:15 Eastern Time sharp. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. When you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he's got room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Goff. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st down, it's Goff. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Amari Barno in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Brown drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39. Badgley's kick is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Right back to Hubbard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Foreman. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. From the 44, Mayfield. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. The 30, 20, 10, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run by Foreman to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Mayfield now. Incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
He'll look to throw. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Forced, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here. Now back to throw. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, they have a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Open man is Quintez Cephas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Goff. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
9 yards to go. It's 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Goff now looking to throw. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Goff now to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers about ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Lions. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 87 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On 2nd and 2, Goff. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Mayfield on first down. And a little floater there is incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this throw caught left side. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Mayfield to throw. That caught by Tremble. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Mayfield. That is caught inside the 5. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Mayfield. That is incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd.
Mayfield. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive, 12 plays in length. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Here's Baker. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Badgley on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Mayfield and the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. 20 seconds to go. They're going to need a Christmas miracle to pull this one out as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick six. Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. One last shot from Mayfield here. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Lions, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.